one time. If you put us in, then it's crunch time. We eat the cob like it's lunchtime. If we talking sports, we ain't nothing nice. All we really need is one time. If you put us in, then it's crunch time. We eat the cob like it's lunchtime. If you talking sports, we ain't nothing nice. We just call it how we see it. We don't beat around the bush. It's a first down or a rebound. I dish it out for the assist. We just call it how we see it. We don't beat around the bush. It's a first down or a rebound. I dish it out for the assist.
What's going on, nation, man? It's your boys, man. We back at it again, but on this time on a more serious note. I got Eddie Dean with us, and I got JJ with us, man. Omari couldn't make it for the night, man, but this is gonna be one of those serious special editions. Fellas, how y'all feeling today?
Feel good. How you feeling, JJ?
I'm feeling good. I'm just a little sad,
Yeah.
this whole deal going down. But I mean, man, you gotta embrace your kids, man. Give them a kiss and tell them you love them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we get too deep, like you just said,
Yeah.
Deez, want to let everybody know one love for our man Amari J. That wishing he was here. He was a little busy, but because you know me, I'm always all for one and one for all.
One for all, yeah.
So that's our boy, and he wish he could be doing this thing tonight, but this is kind of impromptu for anybody listening or watching. So he with us in spirit, and we represent we represent for the four of us no matter what we do. So that's our brother, and we love him. So just want to make sure everybody know that.
Yeah, amen to that.
Back to, I'm sorry, JJ. Back to what you were saying, bro.
Oh no, man. I just haven't been able to get this off my head. I mean, I talked to my wife about it. I mean, I see it on Facebook, and I just can't wrap my head around it, man. I just don't see how an 18-year-old can get an assault rifle, and go and shoot kids. Like, I just don't. I don't like. I'm not trying to justify like the other shootings, because like, you shoot somebody, you do it, you made a decision. But in the other situations, they're older. They've been bullied by the same students that are around them. But in this case, they were elementary kids. Mm-hmm. Like, what could they have possibly done to this dude for him to do that? Like, it's just it's a coward move. The worst of the worst. Coward, straight up.
And then to add on to that too, man. I mean, like, you shoot your grandmother, bro. Like seriously, bro. Like, you shoot your grandmother. You shoot your grandmother, and then you go on to the school. You know what I mean? And you handle business. I would like to question a few people on this one, man. First, from my understanding, is that he streamed everything that he was about to do. So all those that was watching and didn't say nothing, y'all should be held accountable for this too, because there's things that y'all could have done to be preventative if he did have any viewers at the time, right? You should take this seriously, because he did acknowledge what he brought the gun for, what he was about to do, when he did it, and where he was going next. So within that timeline, if there's anybody that looked at that, I know y'all can find out, right? Like, y'all need to go and get them, because at this particular point, they're just as guilty as the gunman. Because if nobody made that phone call to say some lies for some kids, because he openly said he was going to an elementary school, if y'all couldn't do that, then y'all just as evil as he is, and that's fucked up. It's fucked
up. I don't know if I go as far as say they're just as guilty, but there's some culpability. I agree with you. If he never said it and wasn't showing all the steps leading up to it, then some people just be like, "Oh man, he full of shit." But if this motherfucker went and bought the guns, was showing you and said, "I'm about to go shoot motherfuckers," then I would be like, "Hey man, you seem like you serious. You need to go talk to somebody." So I'm not trying to judge people for another person's action, but I do get what you're saying. Sometimes people need to learn how to pull the plug on bullshit. But I'm not gonna go and
call
put
it
on. Yeah, something.
I agree, man. Like,
I agree with that.
Yeah, something has to be done, mainly after he already executed the first plan, which was to shoot his grandmother. He executed it. I mean,
the thing
after
about it
that, you know
is,
he's serious.
yeah, well, yeah. That's I would
At
say
that point,
so.
you know he's serious. That's what I'm saying. You put the phone call in after that. You're okay. This motherfucker's serious. Let's make the phone call because he out of pocket. You know what I mean? He out of
And
pocket. He was really
to touch
over awful.
on what JJ was saying, I want to agree with him, but that's my first instinct. That's our first instinct is to say, oh yeah, well, you know, this motherfucker's a coward. And he is. It's a cowardly act, no doubt about that. But I'm gonna be honest, dog. That's not how I be seeing this shit. Like, it's a cowardly
Yeah.
act. I feel JJ. I feel his passion behind it because that's the first thing we all think and want to beat a motherfucker like that ass. You know, like that's some hoe ass shit. But the more I think about it, and I was talking to my wife, right, and I was like, you know
Yeah.
what? It's three things that make motherfuckers do this kind of shit to me, man. And I want y'all opinion. To
Yeah. Come
me,
on.
it's either crazy, and that's a cop out for some people. Like, that's an easy way out. Let me say it like that. Like, oh, they was just
Yeah.
crazy. Like this motherfucker who did the shooting last week, that wasn't crazy. That's a hateful motherfucker. That's racism.
He straight up hateful.
You got crazy, you got racism, and then what you have is a combination of, because let's be honest, it ain't young women be shooting motherfuckers, right?
Yeah.
It's
No, I
like
haven't
either young
haven't heard of
dudes
one yet.
or old dudes. And I
Yeah.
think the third is a combination of either a dude that can't get no money or a dude that can't get no women, and they mad about that. If you could show me one motherfucker that either shot up some school, a church, some fucking grocery store, anything, Las Vegas, that don't fit
Yeah.
one of those three things, either a racist motherfucker,
Yeah.
a crazy motherfucker, and
or just somebody
or a disgruntled motherfucker.
motherfucker. He's
And-
one of the above.
Yeah, and I don't even know this motherfucker hit backstory yet, but he got to be one of them. And I doubt. Well, being that he tried to shoot the grandmother, you would think maybe crazy, but I don't know the story yet.
Yeah.
This my take on all this, and I'm gonna shut up in a second so we can kind of y'all can respond to some of this and get y'all shit out.
No,
But
you're good,
my
man.
take on the whole thing is more about some of the political aspect of this and where do we go
Yeah.
and how to prevent shit like this. But I digress for a minute. Y'all kind of, I want to know what y'all think about some of the shots.
So I'm gonna sit back here and I'm gonna agree with you. That three assessment makes absolutely good sense, man. Right? You either you crazy, right? You disgruntled about something, right? Or you just extremely
you ain't getting no
racist.
bitches, you ain't getting no
Yeah.
money. It's something
Or
you
you
mad
just
about.
extremely racist. And
Or
this
you
is not
just a
something that we-
racist, hateful motherfucker that
Fucker,
wanna
yeah.
not just race, but something you hate gays, race,
Whatever
other
it is.
races,
It's
yeah,
you're a very
religion,
hateful
some
person.
kind of bigoted, ugliness is in you to make you, it's a hate crime. Is what I'm saying.
It's a hate crime,
It's
yeah.
just something that's being done. And again, I'm not saying that which one this dude is. I don't even fucking know yet. All I know is, like JJ said, I'm tired of the bullshit. This like some Sandy Hook shit. I mean, it's just fucked up. But we'll talk about all that.
But what's so cool about this? And because I'm going to agree with you, JJ. Do you feel the same way about his assessment about the 3-man breakdown or the 3 personality breakdown? That's what it is. It's a personality disorder.
Because I'm like, I get where JJ come from. The first thing we think is, oh, that's some cowardly shit to take the guns and go in that shoot, especially with little fucking kids. Trust me, JJ, I'm with you. But is that really what's motivating? Is that he just wants to? It's a cowardly act. Don't get me wrong, but is cowardice what
you looking for a deeper meaning? Yeah,
it's a cowardly act. But was it motivated by cowardice, or was it just a person with a problem and they carried it out in a cowardly way? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. That last point that you just made, for me.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I mean, I obviously don't know the guy personally, so I don't know his life story. I don't know what brought him to this point. But the act in itself was the most cowardly thing you could have done, because like I said, in other instances, these people, they go after the people that have motivated them and angered them because of the bullying.
Yes.
So they try to retaliate. But what type of retaliation would you have against elementary kids? See, this is where I'm completely mind boggled, because what could these kids have possibly done to this dude for him to do that to them? So that's why I call it a cowardly act, and the lowest of the lowest, because these are innocent kids with the future, and you just took that away from them.
It's some punk ass shit, no doubt about that.
Yeah,
but
oh Lord,
I mean, to break that down, man, like if as far as I know, I think this is the first or second Hispanic that might have done this.
Yeah.
All the rest of them have been white,
Mm-hmm.
and whenever they're white, it it's always a mental
Issue.
issue.
Come on, JJ.
Yeah.
But
I like where we going with this.
Yeah, I like where you're going with this.
And
Yeah.
look here. I know you don't need my okay to go where you going, but I know how you feel because we got a couple of them in the black race too, and they fucked us up. But go ahead, I'm with you. I'm keep going.
but whenever it's another race, it's because they were just straight up evil motherfuckers. If it's a Mexican dude, he was in fucking cartel. He was just the most evil person.
Something motivated that wasn't just good old fashioned crazy, like when it's on the other side. So
the other side of the fence, yeah, where they get McDonald's and shit.
But
real talk.
Finish.
But
they will get it on the way to the goddamn jailhouse.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm with you. Come on.
And then that's the thing that gets me too, man. Like the other dude, the skinny dude that shot up a school. I think it was here in Texas too.
It was in Texas. It was in Texas. I mean, let's call it. It was in Texas.
Yeah, we keeping it real.
This dude got handcuffed and put in a car nicely, no scratches, no bruises. Like, I don't know, but okay, like this dude, trust me, he deserved, if they shot him, he deserved it. But
my wife made that same comment. Like, man, but they shot him, huh? I said, yeah. and go ahead. I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt.
But I mean, exactly, man. It's like, but all the other dudes, all the Caucasians were pretty much alive unless they committed suicide.
Yeah, they had to off they self.
Yeah, in order to die.
Otherwise, like D-Boy just said, man. Otherwise, they got a Happy Meal.
They got a Happy Meal out of it. Good job. Technically, that's what it feels like. It's like to me, it's like, all right, man, good job, man. You did what you're supposed to do.
Might be.
I really hate to make this about race.
I know because I'm not going. I'm not saying I'm not going to, but I got another way to go. But go ahead, say how you feel.
Just say how you feel.
Yeah. I hope our viewers, the few we got, understand that we just touching how we really feel on this.
We feel. It's call it how we see it. I mean, it could be sports or anything in life, man.
It is what it is. Yeah, we just
it is what it is.
This is our take on what happened. So,
and it's sad. It's sad. I mean, it really gets my blood boiling because, man, like an 18-year-old does not deserve to have an assault rifle. I don't care how much money they have, who they are.
Come on, we about to have a good conversation about this shit.
No. If you're 18, okay, you get a handgun, like a little simple handgun. But first, you got to go through something, man. I mean, they just handing out guns like they're Skittles, man. Like,
I hear you.
Yeah. I said this before. I said this before we started recording, and I'm adamant about this. And I've been saying this for anybody, man. And I'm not just gonna say for assault rifles. I feel like if you feel like you need to have an armory in your house, it's called the military. Go to the military, and then you can do whatever you want to do.
But this is the problem. That's true. Now,
the
part I'm about to talk about. It's gonna touch on some socioeconomic shit, but it's more gonna be about the politics behind some of this shit. That's really what I want to talk about. What JJ's saying, I'm with 100%. The problem with not what you're saying, but the problem with the concept is that exactly what where we just got in this conversation. It's kind of hard to live in a place of hypocrisy when you're telling an 18-year-old. I was 18 years old at basic training. I was 18 years old in the military. So what I'm saying is it's kind of hard. I'm not saying I had this conversation with my mama about this shit when it happened yesterday. It's kind of hard to say, well, you can't have an assault rifle. You can't. I had an M16 when I was 18 at basic training at Fort Leonard Wood. So it's kind of hard. It's hypocrisy is what I'm saying. To say now, I'm not going to say that because a person is allowed to join the service at 18, they should be able to have a multitude of AR-15s and crazy shit.
Yeah.
Especially when some of these people who do some of this, like these old motherfuckers who shot up Las Vegas, some of these are just old as grandma motherfuckers. But
Yeah.
one thing at a time. Let's just unpack this about the younger people who want to go shoot up schools and because they ain't getting no woman. What I'm getting at is like what me and her got to. I don't know if people that's 18 need to be in the service because the same immaturity that a person might have. I agree with what you're saying. I'm just saying it's hard to argue the point because it's not just, oh, they gave me M16, I get to go shoot it. It's the fact that at that age, you are at a place where they will send you overseas to die for your country, is what I'm saying. That's the hypocrisy to say, well, you can't have that gun at home, but you can have it to go get your head blown off by this motherfucker in Afghanistan. So that's where the problem lies, is that there's hypocrisy in it. And it's hard. You got to keep the same energy. I don't agree with the shit at 18 is what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, and I stand by you with that sentiment too. If the age limit has to be 21 to get to the military, then
I'm good. I'm better with that.
Then I'm good with if it's even
I'm better
across
with
the
that.
board. But
especially since a motherfucker can't drink. I know motherfuckers that can go overseas and get shot that can't have this beer I'm drinking right now. That's fucked up.
Yeah, and that's the point
that I'm getting at. Is what I'm saying.
Is ultimately
I agree with
he should have. Yeah,
I agree with JJ. I don't. I just think that it's hard to do that when you're telling people that you can literally give your life up for the country. But so they should maybe push some of that back because I think there is a lot of immaturity at that age and a lot of craziness and still trying to fit. You're still a teenager.
You still exactly, and I was saying this too before we aired, man. That even sometimes at the age of your 20s now, right? So now we're saying like 30s is the new 20s, right? And 40s is the new 30s. So what does that make your 20s? The 20s when you're still acting like a teen.
I'm gonna tell you something. I think that's always been bullshit to me.
It's bullshit.
To me, 30 is the new 30 is the new 20 when you 30. And to the 20-year-old motherfucker, you the same old 30 motherfucker. That's some shit people tell themselves.
Yeah. But just ultimately at the end, their mindset is still the same as a teenager. You know what I mean? Like it hasn't really changed that much. You know what I mean?
No, I know what you mean. I agree. I agree with that.
It's the mindset. And another thing we need to work on, and again, and we harp on this on every episode, and I know we do this, man. It's mental health. Mental health is a serious issue, and we as an American society are not taking this shit seriously. This is a joke. This is seriously a joke to the American society. Mental health is not being taken serious. I feel like before you buy one of these, you need to go to a therapist or something and be mentally checked out before you can be issued a weapon.
Motherfucker, how long we into this shit so far? 10 minutes? You made the best point. I never even thought about that. You know what? Because that is not a terrible idea. Okay.
It's not.
To have a gun is as much of a luxury, or not a luxury, but as much of a like how they call it, like when you get your license to drive. It's not something that you should. People act like you automatically ought to just have one because you're a citizen. I get that. I'm not saying people shouldn't have the right to defend themselves and be armed. But what I'm saying is, if you are not, why can't that be a stipulation? You made a great point. That's the greatest point I heard since this shit happened. That why can't you go get? But even if
mental check.
Yeah, even if it's under like a panel where one person can't decide it for you, but even a panel of 2 or 3
people.
But you know what the problem is? Let me tell you where the problem lies. Okay, now we're about to really have this conversation, y'all. The problem with this whole shit is that it's very political. It's based in a lot of politics and bullshit. So, because everything carries weight about who's lobbying for what and what's being pushed by what political agenda, so on and so forth. So, let's look at this from a perspective from, let's say, like, as 2 black men, and the stuff that's going on with black people, right? With like from a voting aspect. Look at what black people went through during like Jim Crow and all that when it came to voting. Because a lot of things were on paper supposed to be like fair, but it was pretty much under discretion of the people who were. That was a way to keep people from doing it because it became under discretion stuff that was like basically pretty I don't want to say loose or can be judged. It's like stuff that was subjective.
Subjective, yeah. Very gray areas. Is what you
gray areas. And so that was a way to keep people from doing shit. A lot of times it's such a double-edged sword. It's a catch-22 when it comes to putting stuff under the discretion of certain people, because that is a way to keep other people. Let's say you're in a part of a country, a part of the state that's, let's just say for the sake of this conversation, might be extremely red or even blue. And you come up, that person is of a certain affiliation, certain political affiliation, right? And the people on that panel, issued by that county or whatever don't or pushing one thing. They can use that same panel to keep you from having shit because it's under their discretion at that point. It's not like
it's their viewpoint.
Think about it. When you go buy a gun right now, right? You gotta check off check boxes. They run a background check, but it's all things that are on paper that either is a yes or no. Are you a citizen? Do you have a felony? You know, it's things that are already decided. So if you start saying, well, we're putting this under, let's say me being a black man, right, in Southeast fucking Texas, right?
Yeah.
Let's say I go somewhere with 3 motherfuckers who would never like my black ass no matter what the fuck I did. Then they may ask me questions mentally that let's say one of them might be like somebody who is credible and will always do what they consider the right thing to do. The other two may like push a political agenda, be like, well, we don't think you qualify mentally to have a firearm. That changes a lot of shit, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. So in this panel, would you say that it would be hard to find a therapist that would be biased? Because ultimately, at the end, that's what your therapist is supposed to be. It's supposed to be anyway, right? You make the panel full of
unbiased.
Yeah, unbiased. Yeah. Yeah.
I think the majority. This is the problem. I think the majority of, let's say it was a panel or even one
because I don't want it to be citizens. I want it to be fucking therapists. Let's say it is. Let's say
it's a group. I think the majority of them will be non-biased, but I think that there's room for yes, and it's discrimination. Because it's at that point it's being done under the discretion of a panel. So it's all about what is the goal of that panel. And like everything else in life, 90% of it might be perfect and unbiased, but it only takes that 10 to fuck a group of people.
Yeah.
It can be done and it can happen. I think it's a great idea because at least then you basically can weed out the motherfuckers who are crazy and don't need shit. It's really the best idea so far I've heard. But the problem with that is once you do that, then you run it's a slippery slope. You run the risk of basically stepping on people's rights because you're using. It's just like during the draft, and let's say during the Vietnam era, where you have a panel of people, the draft board, who basically can, not manipulate the system, but make sure that this certain group, this certain demographic, we're gonna make sure that they always are okay to go and be on the front lines. Whereas we'll find a way to manipulate. And I'm not saying this is gross manipulation that went across the board for everybody, but it only takes it to happen to your ass one time for you to feel like, wow, the system is fucked up.
For you to feel like that's the case.
Yeah,
but I was
it opens up a can of worms, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, and even if it does step on people's
it's a great idea.
Or they feel like even if it feels like that, I would rather step on your rights than to lose 18 more children. You know what I mean?
I don't think that's a bad idea.
I
really think it's a great idea. I'm just saying that people have to understand that with one solution comes another multitude of more problems.
Of more issues to go along the way.
Personally, if it was up to me, I believe the juice is worth the squeeze. I'd rather be in a position to have to defend myself, but there would have to be a great system of checks and balances. Do you understand that the one thing that separates us as a society from communist and Marxist societies is our right to be able to bear arms and protect ourselves, because that is what keeps us from falling victim to the government instead of the other,
the other way around.
As citizens, and the fact that we can populate the military, we can have firearms and weapons on our own. That's like our checks and balances with the government to keep them in line for revolt and shit like that. That's kind of how the system works just a little bit, because at the end of the day, I can defend myself. Once you disarm or put a group of people in a place where they are completely disarmed, you're at the mercy of the government then. And I know that sounds very I know it probably has a very conservative way of looking at it, but it's the truth.
But it's reality though.
It's reality.
It's
reality. And again, I'm not saying that this is something that's gonna happen overnight. I'm saying that this is a slippery slope that you run into when you start taking away people's rights to do things the way it's been done. It opens up another one thing. Okay. One thing we gotta all admit is that America's a corrupt motherfucker. Like,
there's no doubt about this.
Every system has some level of corruption. And but do we think that wouldn't be corrupted too eventually? I'm gonna be
Yo,
quiet because
yeah,
I could
it
go
would.
on and on about this. Now I ain't heard my man
It
JJ
would.
in a
It
minute, but
would. It would be a very tainted. It would be a very tainted process. You know what I mean? If not ran correctly, which is why again you would need somebody with checks and balances and find a non-biased person to at least make sure that these policies get ran, you know, across the board. But
you
I
have
would
to have
also
a
say that,
government entity
yeah,
that would basically on a federal level that
on a
would basically
federal level,
monitor these kind of things. I can see that
yeah,
that would work then
yeah,
because then it's a larger group
it's a
that
larger group instead of
that will
just
umbrella instead of just something
the
that's
whole
like
entire
county by
thing.
county or something.
Yeah, no, and I think and I think not to cut JJ off by any means neither, but I also think too, and I heard this earlier, and I think this is so true. We've come to the point now where all gun laws need to be even across the board. Because
Okay.
right now, the way that we sit in Texas, we are the most lenient when it comes to this, but we also have the most shootings. We have the most mass shootings in the country, and that's because we're the most lenient. We just giving shit away. Dave Chappelle said something in a comedy skit, bro, and we all laughed and we joked, but there was some seriousness behind his jokes. If more minorities were to go out and buy guns, I guarantee you some of these laws will change. Again, I'm not trying to make it about race, but I'm only being honest about it. If a lot of us got up and got the right to bear arms, you know what we do, but all got our gun license, right? We all got our gun license. I promise you, shit would change. Look what happened when we all go to vote, right? Now we got limited polls in certain areas. Want to know why?
That's very
they don't
true.
want your ass there.
That's very
so
true.
Guess what happens if you start if we all get out there and we all getting licenses, bro? Hold on, wait 1 second, bro. Minorities are kicking in. They catching on to this. They buying up all of this. Hey, bro, we gotta find a way to even this shit out because this shit is going too far.
I believe that would happen. I believe that would happen.
People may not like what I'm saying on this, but I can guarantee you it's 100% true. It's 100%. It's 100. It's 100%.
I believe that. I believe it.
It's 100% true, bro. We like weed so much, right? That at one point they were saying weed was doing all these crazy things to all the white women, right? All black people getting our women high and they're doing this and that. They're killing people. Weed ain't never killed nobody a day in their life. Now white folks love weed. Now all of a sudden, weed is fucking legal in most places you go. You want to know why? Because brothers kind of backed off of that, and white folks found it to be a good tool.
I feel you.
But you see how that works? That's all I'm saying. Is that he made the joke, but that is true to the joke.
I know this one old dude I used to work with who used to say that they should all the drug dealers from Mexico that was coming smuggling the weed over from the border, how they ought to shoot every one of them. And I asked him, I say, well, I thought somebody told me you used to smoke weed. He said, oh, yeah, I used to smoke a lot of weed. I'm like, what the fuck? And he saw nothing wrong with that. I'm like, what the fuck? JJ, I'm sorry, we've been talking. What you think about it, man?
Oh man, you just touched a great
point. On, dog.
Man, look, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've never smoked weed.
Right.
And
I have.
Nobody's probably gonna believe me, but
man, I'm not no big pothead, but I do enjoy a little weed in my life.
But I've never done it.
Yeah.
But it's crazy, man, because I've seen a lot of people say that there's something similar, like, oh, they need to stop all these drug dealers from crossing that stuff across the border and this and that. But it kind of doesn't work that way, because it's like any kind of merchandise that you want to buy. There's a supply and there's a demand.
Yep.
They're bringing the shit over here because the people here are fucking buying it.
Thank you.
And that's the thing that they don't. Do they not understand this shit? Like, and that's why everything is messed up in Mexico. And not only that, but they say, well, they're all corrupted. They're all this. Well, no shit. All the people here with money are going over there and buying all the government, all the policemen, all that. They're paying them off. If they can earn American dollars instead of pesos, you think they're not gonna take it?
Yeah.
And then they're bringing on a great point, JJ. Yeah.
I mean, and they're talking about, oh well, why don't y'all straighten out your country and this and that? Like, seriously. Not only that, but the American government are the ones sending their ARs and all these intelligent weaponry to these cartels. And you expect the government, the Mexican government, to fight them with regular pistols.
Come on.
Like
Keeping it 100.
man, this is
Come on, Salt and
this
Pepper J.
Yeah, salt, pepper,
man.
shake. But he's speaking. But he's speaking the truth.
Okay,
You know
no,
what I mean?
I agree 100%.
He's
Man,
speaking the truth.
and look, I've seen it when I'm with my eyes, but videos like the Mexican soldiers are flying helicopters, and the cartels they're recording. They got these fucking rocket launchers that lock onto helicopters. How does a cartel have shit like that? They don't even have that shit in Mexico. Like the Mexican government don't have that stuff,
But they got it.
but the cartels do.
But
Yeah. How'd they miracle this shit, right? Where they get it from, right?
yeah, that's
You right, you
oh
right,
boy.
JJ. So
JJ
I don't know
right
how
on
long
this one.
JJ got, but I want to ask him. So, and this is gonna be a very, I'm just calling it a tough question, JJ, but it's a big question. What do you think the solution is to the stuff that we're seeing, like the stuff that did happen? Where does the solution start and finish, or whatever? What do you think? How do we fix this problem?
The thing is, there's no easy solution because you're gonna step on somebody's toes either way you go. You start
Mhm.
messing with somebody's money, somebody's gonna start complaining up there to the in the White
Well, not
House.
just that. I'm talking about with the mass shooting shit. Back to the original shit. I want
Okay.
to kind of get your take on that before. I don't know how long you're gonna be. What do you think we need to start to kind of solve that, man? That's why I say it's a big question. I know you can't just
It's a
bottle it
big
up.
question.
Yeah, but I want to get you. I want to get at least you,
Uh,
and you can talk as long as you want. I just want to get your idea before you check out.
I think I think it just has to start at the shops that are selling this. Like if you see an 18-year-old go in there that you don't see has any type of training or any knowledge of guns and just wants to start off with the AR, I think that's a little suspicious. I
Mhm.
whenever I went for my first gun, I bought a 40, a 40
40 cal.
caliber
Yeah, 40 cal.
handgun because I wanted to start off with something simple.
Yeah, I think everybody is the
Mhm.
first is that either a 40 or a 9.
Or a 9. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you get somebody going in there that wants to buy an AR and wants to buy like 200, 500
That
rounds,
is true. That's a good point, JJ.
man, you got to think like, okay, something's going on here. And
But let's real quick. The one thing that Kawana said about that shit that I do agree with is where they buying this shit. They're not buying this shit from like the Pentagon. They're buying it from some retail store. Like they buying it from
well,
fucking
These gun shows.
that, and they care even less there. You get that
Yeah.
motherfucker quick, but that or fucking Academy, man, they just got some
Or
motherfucker
Academy. Yeah.
working there. The people don't care. If you pass the background check, here you go. Shit,
You know what's so funny? Because I'm
you might
glad
as
you
well be
said that too,
working in
JJ.
in
And
the
I don't mean to
hardware
cut you off.
department. He don't care.
Because JJ brought on something that was really good. He said
Come on.
18-year-olds, and then you just said something that was good too. Because going
He
to
made
Academy,
a great
who
point
working
about
at
the
it?
18-year-old shit.
Who working at Who working at Academy? Another 18-year-old. So I
Thank
got an
you.
18-year-old checking out an 18-year-old and getting the background
He
check
happy.
cleared
He
for an
happy.
18-year-old.
He happy. He ain't working at Popeyes no more. He just happy to have a real
Yeah.
job. Like, oh, I'm at Academy.
He not doing
I'm
the fries
doing
no more.
good. So,
Yeah.
but I like what JJ said. JJ made a very good point. That should draw if there were people in place who could kind of notice these things and be like, well, hold on, bro, wait a minute, that's something wrong. That why would you buy that much ammo? I mean, it makes no sense. So JJ making a good point.
Mm-hmm.
not only that, okay, like if even if he doesn't sell them that handgun or that assault rifle, he's gonna buy it from somewhere. So if he lifts a suspicion, then they should have some type of option like, okay, I'm gonna sell this dude this, but I need to make the police aware or something like that. Hey, watch this kid's social media. This is his information. This is his address.
Yeah. Especially with social media. That's a good point, JJ. Especially with social media.
Cause
I'm not about Big Brother, but it's way easier to track people now. I'm sorry, go ahead.
yeah, and the reason I'm because the first thing most of these shooters, one thing that I've seen that they have in common, they've flaunted these things on social media
Yeah.
before they've
Yeah.
gone
It
and
don't just be
done
out of
this.
nowhere. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a surprise. Yeah,
I,
it's not a Christmas gift.
yeah, I saw a video earlier where this dude was texting some chick the day before. He sent her and he tagged her in his post where he was holding the AR clip full of bullets,
Mm.
and she started, replying to him. She's like, "Hey, why did you tag me in this?" Like, she didn't even know the dude.
It wasn't that Russian chick or whatever they were saying, some chick from overseas or some kind of shit.
Mm,
Somebody was
nah.
saying he was texting some chick over. Yeah, let's talk about the shit that actually happened. Somebody was
Yeah.
saying how he texted some chick that he was like, yeah, she had never even met him, but he was texting her back and forth or some kind of shit. I heard about that maybe a couple hours ago.
And it was some weird text messages. Like he was just like incomplete sentences.
Yeah, like I got a
And
surprise coming,
yeah,
shit like that.
yeah, like if you don't know the
Stupid.
dude and he's sending you stuff like this, like, call up the police. Be like,
Yeah,
you
but
know
how
what?
many motherfuckers get hit up by dudes they don't know? Like that
I
might want to
mean,
it's. I get what you're saying, but these things probably happen so often in a normal day. I don't know, JJ. You
I,
right,
he
but
right. Yeah, he right. I mean, make the
hell,
phone
I
call.
had 3, 4 people hit me up in the last day. I thought it was spam. I'm like, fuck them. I ain't opening up they email. Fuck them. Like
I got yeah.
you know what I mean? It's like I get what you're saying, and he got a point, but it's just half the shit people just ignore because they're like,
So
oh man, fuck that.
well, I mean,
Nah,
but the mere fact that she saw it is enough for me. If you see it, then it's like, yo,
Yeah,
bro.
I mean, y'all right. I'm not saying
If
people
you
shouldn't.
ignore it and you don't see it, then it's kind of like, man, I never saw it, and that's cool. You know what I mean? Because you didn't look at it. But if you open it and you can physically see that something ain't right with this, and you don't say nothing, I'm sorry. In my book, bro, hey, silence says a lot to me. Silence
I
means
feel
you in
you. I hear
compliance.
both of y'all. I know what you mean.
I'm saying something, bro. You better not text me no shit like that. I'm telling you that you better not text me no shit like that, or I'm calling in on your ass. I'm just letting you know right now. Because at the end of the day, I got to think about it. If that was my family member that you
I
about to
hear
go
you.
hurt,
I agree.
that shit gonna hurt. And I ain't finna let you take something away from me. I'm sorry. Like we got a problem.
I feel you.
You got a
man,
problem.
look,
The big question
you
I'm got for
send
JJ. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, JJ. I'm sorry.
you send me some pictures or some messages like that, the ATF coming knocking at your door.
Yeah. Straight up, bro. I don't care. I don't care if you playing, joking, whatever, bro. This is I don't know you, and if it is you, it's uncharacteristic of you. And if I tell you to go get help, and you telling me what you about to go do, guess what? 911, motherfucker. I know how to dial them too. I'm calling them, and they can send whoever they want to your house, but you ain't finna go execute whatever it is that you thinking about going to do. That's for sure. I'll
I
give them
feel
the
you.
number and
That's real.
everything. I'm sorry, man, because we are sitting by here being too damn quiet on bullshit because we like views. We like to see shit that's hot, that's new, that's fresh, and we killing each other on some bullshit because people don't pick up the damn phone to just simply say, this motherfucker is out of line.
I agree.
We're too busy sitting up here trying to watch Counter-Strike, Call of Duty, whatever the hell we want to call it. That's what we're doing.
TikToking all day.
TikTok, Duke. I don't give a damn what you want to call it, bro. That's what we're doing. We taking this shit too damn serious. And I'm not trying to throw video games in this. I'm just simply saying they watching this shit just like it's a fucking video game. And that shit is sad.
Maybe.
That shit is fucking sad that we sitting up here and we thinking lives are like fucking Mario where you can hit reset and all of a sudden they gonna spawn back up. You only get one of these motherfuckers.
We become numb to this shit after a while, bro.
We are. We too numb.
We are too numb.
Yeah.
You're right.
We too numb.
So JJ.
And too complacent.
So it sounds like and I'm just for clarification that you're saying that you feel the best solution would be just restriction on who can buy and how they buy. I'm asking. There's no right or wrong answer. I just want clarification.
Yeah. I mean, because I can't give a better answer than that because I don't. If you do anything more than that, you're messing with other people's money. You're gonna make people unhappy. It's gonna make the process longer. People are gonna start complaining. So it's just gonna go back to the same thing because once you start a process and they implement it, then other people are gonna be like, well, you're messing with my rights. Now I gotta wait. Now I gotta do this. Now I gotta spend more money to get what I should already be able to without having to do this. But so it's like you're gonna make one person happy, but you're gonna piss somebody else off. Either way.
I'm from that old tree. The good gotta suffer for the bad, bro.
Well, it's one of them things where you can't please all the people all the time. Yeah. Somebody gonna be pissed off regardless. So
yeah, somebody gonna be pissed off.
But that's the thing, though. Whenever things like this happen, or like COVID or anything like that,
come on.
Whenever things like this happen, what does the government do? They always try to take our rights away in some shape, way, or form.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll just find a different way of taking some of our rights away. If you really want to do that, and you start raising up signs and stuff like that, hey, gun laws, this gun law, they're just gonna find some way to implement some type of law that's gonna restrict something on us. And it's not gonna be what you want it to be, but they're just gonna do something to make you happy, but you just don't know that it's gonna affect you in some shape, way, or form
in the long run.
In the long run, yes.
I feel you. I understand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's why I'm saying I think the therapy, the having a therapy evaluate you before a weapon, I think is a.
I think that's a great idea, D.
I'm not saying. Go ahead. Because I'm with JJ. I'm not saying take away your rights as a whole. You know what I mean? Because I feel like, if you're responsible, you're responsible. But we got to start weeding out these irresponsible motherfuckers. And that's only one way to do it. A SAC eval, right? Have a therapist, have a group of therapists in a room, evaluate them. And like you said, and you can have a central hub that oversees everything. And to me, that's good enough. But sitting up here with 50 senators and these motherfuckers can't sit up here and come up with one thing, and my little black ass just came up with something that quick, tells me that we not working on the same page.
Yeah,
all we looking at is the dollar sign.
In my mind, somebody, if I can think this shit up, somebody getting paid should have been thought this shit up. So that lets me know that they don't want a solution.
That they don't want a solution.
I'm with
you. Because the solution is this: how much those kids' lives are not worth as much money as I'm gonna get. And I'm gonna say it again: these kids' lives or other people's lives, whether you black, white, Mexican, Asian, I don't give a damn. These people's lives, everybody's lives is not more important than that dollar sign that I'm about to get for selling that AR to somebody. That's what they're saying. Somebody getting fat and they don't care about them lives because they treating these lives like it's fucking Nintendo. Like I'm gonna hit the reset button and we gonna be all right. No, motherfucker, we not gonna be all right. And this shit is crazy. It's 50 y'all ignorant motherfuckers. It's 50 y'all ignorant motherfuckers. And I'm gonna say it's 50 y'all ignorant motherfuckers because y'all act like y'all can sit up and break bread on other shit, but y'all can't break bread when it come down to lies. So now y'all motherfuckers are ignorant. It's 50 y'all ignorant motherfuckers who cannot get together to come up with a plan. Better plan than what y'all doing. This shit has been going on for too long. And in Texas, it's the worst. And you can roll your ass around here in this fucking wheelchair all day long, but this shit needs to change. And this shit needs to change immediately.
So why? Okay, so come on.
It needs to change immediately. Sitting up here giving these shitty ass press conferences. I'm sad. We done lost kids in El Paso. We done lost kids in Midland. We done lost kids in Santa Fe. And we said in the same fucking line we said fucking 3 years ago, 4 years ago. And we haven't changed shit. We still softer than HEB tissue when it comes to buying guns. And that's absurd. We got this shit to the podium and saying that's bullshit now. It's utter bullshit. Because we got to change this. Or else we're going to lose more kids.
But you're
going to have some kids gone. I'm going to have some kids gone. You know what I mean? Somebody else going to have some kids gone. That's bullshit. There's no more lines that they can shoot to me anymore, man. We need a solution and we need one ASAP. And if you can't, roll your ass out of your position and let's start getting people in there that can get the job done. And people need to start voting on motherfuckers that's going to get the job done. And don't worry about what party saying what.
I'm about to touch
Vote for the person that's going to protect our kids and protect our people.
JJ, you about to say something? Because when I get started on this, I'm really about to go deep. So,
oh Lord.
So what you got to say, JJ? You about to say something?
Look, I'm not some expert or anything like that. I'm not tied into the government or anything. But even what that makes this more sad is that a lot of money is about to be thrown at a lot of these people that y'all talking about.
Yeah.
Come on.
Just to shut them up. Just to shut them up. A lot of people
to get him Professor X wheelchair now for this one.
So let's talk about, now this is the part I want to talk about. Let's talk about the why. We could talk all this shit. Yeah. Even what you made the comment, just not that you made the comment about, because this guy's selling the shit. It's not that senator, like let's say Ted Cruz. Not saying I'm trying to call out that motherfucker, but let's just say Ted. Let's just use him as an example per this video or this, discussion. He's not selling the gun, but the special interest group. Again, I ain't trying to send cop and throw shots, but let's just say the Rifle Association, right? Yeah, let's just say the NRA. Let's just say that, just like anything else, special interest groups are kind of what motivate and control these people, backing them. So many votes, so many. It's the vote. It's the demographic per who would vote in for that, and is for that. So this is my thing, and I'm really about to talk about this real quick. And I won't hold you long, Jay, but I really want your opinion. To me, and this is the problem why I like y'all solutions, because my solution it's not gonna happen. Goes back to what I was touching on earlier about the three main causes or three types of people you can have to do this stuff. So at the end of the day, the reason that's not solutions, everything we all saying is that, but it's a cultural thing. The reason why you'll have these problems in Texas is because it's the culture in Texas. At the end of the day, people want their guns. They want to kick ass and take names and talk shit and go to drink their beer and go to the delis and talk crazy and blah, blah. They gonna do what they fucking want to do. That's Texas. That's how the fuck we roll. So the problem is, to me, is the culture where people don't realize, okay, look, we're gonna have to change some of this shit one way or another with how we look at this politically, and what really it touched on what y'all both are saying. Like what you say, D, how much is it worth? When is it enough? Everything. It's like, and like what JJ was saying about like how everything comes down to the dollar. It really is that. But in real time, really it's about these politics with these politicians and how they choose to move with what they feel will be frowned upon and will not get them elected the next go round. So once you see it as that, it's not a problem with the politician. It's a problem with the people that elect that person, because all they're gonna do is find a person that go. So it's almost like everything else I look at in life. It's almost like a person would have to start a grassroots movement for people to understand that there obviously may need to be stricter gun laws. I was telling my wife this earlier. I said, what's crazy? And okay, let's really break this down. When you talk about it, we don't want because the criminals gonna get their guns. About how many motherfuckers that shot up some shit with illegal guns lately? I ain't seen. It's been some motherfuckers walk in the store and get their guns. Yeah, but the problem is how people perceive what a criminal is. Let's really break. Let's really talk. Let's take the gloves off.
Yeah, let's take the gloves off.
When people talking about a criminal, what they mean is a thug. And when they talk about a thug, they mean a person of color. And what they're saying is, well, the criminals, like I just said, are going to get their guns. So why make the honest people not have them? Yeah, but have these people that are like killing these mass shooters. It ain't the criminals and the thugs. It's people who are honest ones. These honest motherfuckers who are going to academy and getting their AR and shooting up everybody. So what I'm saying is, obviously, and that's really, I'm not trying to turn this into political, like what happened with Beto when he was talking crazy to fucking Greg Abbott and them. But it kind of break down there like, motherfucker, like Steve Kerr, like motherfucker, what is it worth? What is it worth to y'all? When are y'all gonna be offended enough to say, man, maybe we need to do better? When is something gonna happen that's gonna change the culture where people realize that, what? At the end of the day, it's like anything else in life. If people have stricter gun law, dog, I ain't got no felonies. I'm 41-year-old fucking black man in the South. I got 3-4 guns. I believe in people being protected, but at the same time, if somebody was to tell me about harsher gun laws, it wouldn't bother me one bit, because I'm gonna be able to get my shit. I'm not gonna fall on the side of some shit where a motherfucker that can't get no gun, because I got a good record. I'd have been in the service, a firefighter, all kind of shit. So I ain't scared of shit. So bring them on. If that
the real honest man not gonna worry about that.
Yeah, who the fuck would? But at the end of the day, the real honest people of color like us ain't. But if you that guy that's saying, well, because the name, the criminals gonna still find a way to get the guns. Well, maybe, but at the end of the day, there's still law enforcement. There's still other, but people are so scared that they're gonna be outnumbered by all these criminals with guns one day. What the fuck? They not, I don't.
This, because you're using this.
It's a
You're using this
cop-out.
term, and I'm gonna say this, man, and somebody can tell me if I'm wrong, right? When we use the term criminal, right? Normal criminals only take out the person that's in front of them, right? That's what they do. It's just a person that they have the problem with. It ain't everybody and their mama. They just go for one person. The honest person seems like they're going in there with a mission, and the mission is to play fucking Counter-Strike. So who you more afraid of? I'm more afraid of the person who playing Counter-Strike.
I agree. Tell me I'm lying. We made that same comment when we were talking, and I said that shit last week. We were talking about the sports betting. At the end of the day, besides the person doing armed robbery, I'm not denying that. Somebody want to do some armed robbery, I get it. People need to be protected. They need to have a weapon to protect themselves. But other than that,
not doubting that.
Other than that, most of these criminals ain't heard nothing but other criminals. So I ain't worried about it, dog. That's their business. At the end of the day, it's fucked up. And I'm not saying let them have each other. No, they need to be. I'm not saying there should be anarchy when it comes to them either. But what I am saying is at the end of the day, I can't see not only why the laws shouldn't change and make it a little harder to get these weapons. It's like JJ said, especially these like high-powered rifles and stuff that can take out like a whole. But I'm not even against people having them. I'm saying that the law should make it harder to get them for people who deserve them, is what I'm saying. It shouldn't be like JJ said. It shouldn't be some snot-nosed motherfucker 18-year-old and shit. Dog, I got a daughter. I love her to death. She probably watched this. That's 20 years old. I wouldn't trust her with a gun for shit. Hey,
bam.
Not with a fucking AR. I wouldn't want to stand around her.
When I say this, man, but women normally mature faster than men. And you said
I love her. That's
your
my girl.
20-year-old daughter doing it.
But the thing about it is, at the end of the day, it's a maturity thing. It's about what that person is trying to do. That's why what JJ said makes so much sense. And what you're saying about, trust me, I still right now, I don't know how long we've been talking, but I still think that's a great idea. It's just it's a ripple effect where they'd have to have systems in place to counter the reaction and the negative that could come from that idea. But it's the best thing I've ever heard. Have a psych evaluation. Why not?
Yep. Why not?
If
they would have thought about this
30 minutes and talk to motherfuckers.
Have you
ever killed little animals? You ever killed bunny rabbits and cats when you were little? I killed a whole bunch.
Bro. You can't
good.
Have this.
Yeah, we see you later, bitch.
Yeah.
So I'm with all that shit y'all saying. You know me. I'm always the type of that looks at things on a realistic way. Like, how do we make something that happen in real time? Because it's going to be there's going to be some pushback.
It's going to push back on it.
So I always ask those pushback questions. Like, well, hold on. You do know that people go do this if you do that. But what I'm saying is I think those are great ideas. But in order for this to work, for people to ever do anything to implement any solution, there has to be a change in the culture. Okay, let me explain what I mean when I keep saying change the culture. Part of what makes, and it goes back to those three different people I say that can fuck shit up. Part of what's wrong with us as a country is that it's a lot of hatred in this country. I'm not saying everybody hates everybody, but I am saying that there's a lot of people that feel so strongly and hate so much shit, and they feel like, you know what, I don't like that shit, I hate that shit, I'm gonna get a gun, I'm gonna fuck them up. And it's something that's wrong with our culture, and we have like a terrible history of violence in this country that until we correct that, it will always be some kind of way where there are people looking to fuck other people up, because it's something that we have. It's like a cancer in us that makes us feel like when we are not happy about something, we want to fuck something up.
Yep, something got to be
don't get me wrong. Different people handle it different ways, but it's something that is a problem with us as a society, is what I'm saying. And until that goes away, which is why you have people that feel so strongly like, I don't want to give up my guns, I don't want to give up my rights for my shit, because in their mind, I gotta watch those other motherfuckers who are looking to get me. There's something wrong with that.
It's that get them, got them attitude.
Yeah,
it's that get them, got them attitude.
I'm trying to change the world tonight, but I'm saying that until we figure out a way to fix those kind of problems, it will always be issues. It will always be motherfuckers.
I'm gonna say I'm in here to try to change the world, but what I'm in here trying to do today is to simply say, don't be quiet. And that's changing the world. I guess in a sense, it's changing the world.
It's a ripple effect.
Because you said something a few minutes ago,
effect.
That made some sense, and you're right. But we as the people elected these people in here to listen to the things that we need, not the money that's coming in their pockets. So we as the people need to start putting people in position that's going to start listening to us versus listening to the people with the pockets. that's what we fault ourselves at, is because we vote in the wrong people, bro.
You right, but you're wrong. Let me tell you how. With all respect.
Yeah, no.
You're wrong, because let's use Texas as this conversation's been waiting to happen for a long time. Let's use Texas as an example. You got what I consider, because I am a liberal and I vote Democrat a lot. There are bastions, what I consider bastions of blue, in, let's say, place like Austin, Houston, you know?
Oh yeah.
And I'm not knocking people who vote red. They got the right. I love you.
Yeah.
But what I am saying is Texas has a lot of fucking red. So it's not just, 90% of Texas voted Democrat, but the NRA gets to the people who. It's not just that. Basically, let's say that these people have already put in position the Greg Abbotts, the Ted Cruz's, so they don't have to persuade them that hard to make that shit happen. They already got their people in place from getting those people elected. Now we could talk all day about gerrymandering and all kind of shit. This can roll into a bigger conversation. But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, the people got the motherfuckers they want. Somebody made a joke. My wife was showing me today about when Beto was going off on the motherfuckers, and they were like, I'm trying to think who it was, and whoever it was, they made. I think it was. She said it was Sean Kingston, somebody like that. I don't even remember, Sean Paul, somebody, and how they made the joke about, man, how dare Beto interrupt that Republican fucking press conference and shit. Because think about it, you had Cruz up there. You had Greg Abbott, all the motherfuckers, and they were like, how dare he think he had the right to speak during that shit. It was obviously being sarcastic. But it's the truth. Those are the people in place that are making these decisions. So let's not act like we surprised when they make decisions that.
Oh no, but that's what I'm saying though. We said
go ahead. I'm with you.
Yeah, no. We said the same thing. That's what I'm saying. You got to vote their ass out when given the chance.
Yes,
you have to
vote. The people who voted for them, all this red that's all over Texas.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what they want.
This is what's making me right on this. That's what I'm saying. Stop voting for them, because you know what they're here for. You know what I mean? Because some of these people that sitting up here crying are red members. You know what I mean?
So
they can't sit up here and say that they're not red members.
So whether, and this is the part that's
beautiful. But it don't matter if you're red or blue.
Yeah. This is the part that's beautiful. This is the part that's beautiful for everybody, whether they red or blue. That's why it's not a political thing.
Yeah.
It's about how people move. The culture has to change, where it's no longer about, well, I vote, I'm conservative, or I'm liberal, I'm a Democrat.
So I'm going to vote for him because he's that.
This conversation went full circle. It has to go back to what you just said, D, where it's like, what's more important? Ain't your kids more important?
Yes.
Fuck the
so
red
if he
and the
comes
blue.
up on the ballot
Fuck the
again,
bullshit. Let's say we don't want motherfuckers that are allowing these things to happen.
When that cycle comes around, you don't vote for his
culture.
ass.
Exactly. The culture has to
That's
change.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Like motherfucker just said, I like having my guns and shit. I'm not sitting there saying people should have guns on it. I am open-minded, which is what liberal really means. It don't mean that I vote for all kind of shit that's counterculture. It just means I believe everybody has the right to feel what they want to feel. Being conservative, liberal, whatever you want to be, I feel you have the right to say that and feel that way and do that. So at the end of the day, I'm good with people being how they are, but when things become this much where you got people like JJ saying that's some coward motherfuckers, when you got people like yourself saying, man, why are they selling people these guns? They ought to have a psych eval. Then maybe the culture needs to change. When people say, you know what, this is bigger than that, bruh. This is bigger than like my bullshit, how much taxes I want and shit like that. This is about our children, cuz.
It's about our children.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna shut the fuck up. What bothered me the most, it almost brought tears to my fucking eye, and I mean this shit, cuz, was actually when they sat there. I don't know why, it just fucked me up. When they sat there about 2 or 3 times, I'm sitting there watching CNN. I ain't even watching shit in a while because I've been kind of trying to stay out of all this political shit and not drive myself crazy. But I'm watching this shit, right? And they are literally showing the pictures of these fucking
kids,
just beautiful children, man. And I'm not trying to be out, but I mean it. The beautiful little kids that just smiling and they so young. They ain't did nothing to nobody, man. That fucked me up because I'm like, why would you do that? I mean, maybe this motherfucker is completely fucking psycho.
We'll never know now.
Well, yeah, but why the fuck would you? So it's like, it bothers me, man. These are small children. I'm always bothered about anytime people lose their life. I always bothered anytime people lose their life, period. Human life bothers me. But if I die right now, as a 41-year-old man, I'm married, I got children. Hell, I probably have grandkids for long. I've been at my career 15 years. I'm stable. I'm working on my retirement one day. You know what I mean? Like I can retire. I can stop working right now and never have to work again if I really wanted to. Dog, I've lived a life. These are small children. These ain't never been to prom, ain't lost their virginity. You know, these are I consider them babies.
Car.
You know, what I'm saying? These are babies, dog.
Haven't learned how to cook, iron.
So something got to change, cuz something is wrong with us as a people, where this is becoming fucking normal. The same way when we see people getting fucked up in the street and some dude and got shot by the police, this should not be normal. This should be even less normal. Well, small kids are getting shot like that. That's fucking insane, dog. What the fuck are we doing, dog?
What you got at in there, JJ?
Bro, it pisses me off. Yeah, jump on in, man.
I mean, okay, it's not just the people that we vote for, but us as people have to change. We have to ask for change in different ways too, because see that I think there's laws that actually affected that are making these things possible. And no, that this doesn't make it right. And I'm not trying to advocate for abusing your kid, but whenever I was a little kid and you were at Walmart,
come on.
And you
come on, I know where he's going with this.
Yeah, go ahead, JJ.
Come on, JJ. We smiled on this one. All of us smiled. Go ahead, JJ, because you're right on this one. Go ahead. Say it, bro. Say
it. You wanted an expensive ass toy or some shit, and you didn't get it, and you started throwing a temper tantrum, screaming your ass off, doing all kind of shit, throwing shit in the aisles. You know you were either going to the restroom or hell, you didn't even make it to the restroom. You're getting your ass beat right there.
I never did that shit. I never do a temper tantrum because I knew that was my ass.
That was my ass on the line, bro.
Yeah.
My mama just
I don't know about y'all.
Me,
hey, I ain't saying what y'all do as in your culture, JJ. But I know black moms that when you in the car, they say don't ask for shit when we get in there either. If you act a fool, I'm gonna tear your ass up. They gonna tear your ass up in the aisle. I'm embarrassed the fuck out of you. They tell you that in the car.
He's so right.
Don't make me embarrassed.
No
don't
running,
make me
no
embarrass
hopping,
you.
no skipping, no jumping, no asking for nothing. You
don't make me embarrassed.
These things,
they'll whoop your ass in the aisle. You be like, shit, fuck that. I ain't getting
but see, that's the thing. Okay, like me, I've done that. I've told my kids, hey, you know what? Don't do it, this and that. But they get in there, they see people. You tell them no.
They start feeling safe.
Yeah, exactly. You tell them no, and it don't matter. They lose their minds in that store. And everybody looking at you like you the worst parent in the world. And you can't do nothing. So that's one of the problems. That's one of the main problems in my eyes, because you can't teach your kid
discipline.
Yeah, you can't discipline them when they're supposed to be. And it's kind of bad because I tell my kid, I'm just like, just wait. Whenever we get to that car, you're gonna find out.
Mine. Yeah.
Like I said, I guess maybe I came from a different generation. They bust your ass right in that aisle.
But what JJ said is you can't. No, but you can't do that now because
JJ, and you can't. He's right. He's 100%.
Because I'm gonna say it now because the JJ hitting at it. So like if JJ bust their ass right now,
in that aisle,
one person calling CPS on your ass.
Yeah,
CPS will be at your house before you get home.
And CPS is the most crookedest people in organization to ever exist. Because they more abusive than the parents. You know what I mean? For the half the shit that they allow to happen to young kids, it's absurd. They should be disbanded too.
Y'all ain't see it. They
just be busting ass again.
Do any of y'all watch Atlanta? Y'all probably didn't see it.
Nah.
There's an episode of Atlanta from this season, and anybody watching this probably know what I'm talking about if they watch it, where this little black dude was at school acting up. He wasn't even a bad kid, but he was kind of doing some bad shit. And CPS came to the house, and the mama was like, man, you can go with y'all, fuck that. And they took him, and they made, he brought him to this foster parents, these two white women, and they made his life a living hell. Hey, it's y'all just gotta watch it. I'm gonna leave it alone. But
it's true though. But that, I mean, we're joking and you laughing about it, but it's true though. That's what happens. But you're right, JJ. That's what's wrong with us too. See, that old school bust your ass syndrome needs to be back in session. Fuck CPS. They out of line. Now, I ain't saying bust your kid with no hammer or nothing like that, but you need to whoop that ass, hammer. Bro. You know what I mean? Bernie Mac was right though. Bust him to the white meat show. I don't care. But it'll put your ass in line.
The problem with us as a society, that's why I said, when I say culture, JJ, that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the politicians. I'm talking about the people. We have to change the culture. Our culture is what I'm saying. But real quick, that's the thing. I agree with JJ. We need to get back to that. Everything that's changed did not change for the better. Nope. The way we rear our children in this hands-off approach. And I'm not saying that you need to just be busting your kid ass all day. I'm saying that I agree. There needs to be a respect and a reverence and a fear of the parent in the child to make them want to listen. All that trying to be their buddy shit, that ain't how we was raised, and we see the outcome now. Also, I feel like that when it comes to relationships with men and women, that we need to get back to a more traditional way of doing stuff. This new way ain't working. I don't know why they think it's not for most people. I'm sorry. So I agree with JJ.
Reinventing the wheel, bro.
Yeah, stop trying to reinvent the wheel, motherfucker. Goddamn. We already discovered fire. Why are we trying to discover it again? Come on, bro.
Yeah. Most of that is important, bro.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, I found myself like, okay, I tell my kid, you know, this and that. We're walking out the door, and he already knows. Okay, he's quiet and chill, everything. So at that point, you can't really do anything to your kid because
it's over with.
He doesn't know what you're disciplining him for. You know what I mean? At that point, it's kind of too late. The moment's
passed and shit.
Yeah, the moment's passed. It's over with.
Yeah.
So you can't just hit your kid just because 30 minutes ago you were being an ass.
Some retro shit.
Yeah. So yeah.
I tell you what, my mom didn't probably bust my ass still. I had a fear of my mom didn't when I was a kid, man. That's why I didn't do bad shit.
Bro,
I have a great record.
True story, man. True story. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. I was maybe like 32 years old, but anyways, I was a teenager, right?
Okay.
And we were living in off of Lakeview, right in front of Travis, and like Jefferson's is the apartments that was across the street. Man, it must have been like a few weeks down. They had like a little shooting in Jefferson apartments. Kids would come out and go play with us or whatever. Mama told us we can go outside. We said we're gonna wait for the kids to come out. She said, don't go to that apartment complex. I said, okay, we're not gonna go. I want to be a genius, right? And say, hey, look, bro, mama going inside the house. She ain't gonna catch us. Let's go run in there real quick and run out. You know what I'm saying? So we run in, we go get the kids and we run it out. Meantime, guess who was outside trying to see where we was at? Best ass whooping I ever caught in my life.
You need
fast forward some years
to your mama.
Exactly. Fast forward.
You asked for that ass whooping in my mind.
But hit my point. But fast forward to what I'm saying, right? I'm 30 something years old. I got a friend that lives out there, and she was gonna move in with me and the wife, man, right? I'm 30 something years old, bro. No, I was 20 something years old. 28. They're damn near 30. I fucking called my mom because that ass was so good. I'm 28 years old, bro. And I called my mom to ask her for permission to fucking help her move that stuff because that ass whooping I caught. I'm telling you, if these kids was getting their ass whooped like they used to, I'm telling you, it would make you second guess everything that you're doing.
It'll make you
second guess. It make you second guess everything. I'm a grown ass man, got my own house, my fam, and I'll still call my mama for permission because that's how good that ass whooping was. You know what I'm saying? It made me rethink some things. I promise you, if these kids was getting their ass whooped, they would really rethink some things along the way. You know what I mean? But they so fucking entitled, and we got this 1-800 call CPS, and CPS gonna come be your hero. You know what I mean? And save you from whatever your parents are doing. And then after we save you, we gonna treat you 10 times worse than what your parents was treating you. But we put on this big facade like everything's all right, man. Fuck them too. And that's on some real shit, bro. Because that's bullshit, bro. They need to go back. You cut up, but bust your ass. And in the old school way, if you cut up, the neighbors bust your ass too, and then let your parents know that I bust his ass because of this.
You were never safe from the repercussions of your bullshit. So,
yeah, you was never safe. If somebody caught you out of pocket, you got it.
Yeah, the only time you got away with some shit is if it was just kids around, and even then, you gotta hope there wasn't one of them motherfuckers to be pimping on your ass. Because then it still get back to your mom and them. You be like, man, then somebody gotta get their ass bust.
Yeah. But this time out Billy shit and time out Bob and time out Jill and time out this and corner this. Oh, I can't whoop you. Man, no, fuck all that, bro. It ain't working. Because now we got our kids shooting other kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is getting out of line. And I know I didn't even touch base on this, but then you got this other young motherfucker going around here shooting up black people in Buffalo. You know what I'm saying?
And
then shoot the white dude and then let him go. The dude had to announce that he was white.
I was in New Orleans when that happened. When I heard about that, I said, what the fuck? I said,
what kind of shit is this?
Crazy
but you get what I'm saying? Like, this is where we are.
But we're so desensitized. That shit don't bother us no more. And I'm not saying it don't bother us. It don't surprise us. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, we're not surprised no longer.
Oh shit, here we go. And they, this motherfucker went inside a grocery store and shot about 12, 13 black motherfuckers. You're like, wow, God,
Yeah.
you be surprised. You're like,
And
what?
so nonchalant with the report too, just like it's normal.
We start texting and we like, man, you see this shit? They be like, man, dog. Within a couple days, let's be honest, it's been about like a week or something ago.
Mhm.
After about 4 or 5 days, we weren't talking about that no more. You know what happened? Some more crazy shit. After a while, it becomes the new normal, and that's the crazy part about it.
And
We
it
done
shouldn't
got
be normal.
so numb to this shit where it's just like another crazy shit. Dog, between mass shooting motherfuckers, motherfuckers getting shot by the police, the majority of the names I be remembering, but half of them you be forgetting until somebody bring them up. You be like, what? Oh yeah, they killed.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
Oh, I forgot about him. Oh, I forgot about that school they shot up. You know.
Yeah, I did look at this list in Texas. I typed in this list in Texas, and this is how I go. Obviously, what just happened at the elementary school, right? And then we had the church shooting in 2019. We had Odessa in 2019. We had El Paso just weeks before in 2019. We had Santa Fe in 2018. We had another church in 2017. We had another Plano shooting just in 2017. We had another school shooting, restaurant shooting in 2017. You know what I mean? Like this is this.
So like I said,
this is just Texas.
Too much. And thank you. Too much gun access and too much anger. You see what I'm saying? We could sit here and try to chop this shit up all day long, but some of this got to change. If people move, if I came home every day, right? Let's say I had 10 kids, 10 of my own kids, me and my wife, right? And every day I come home and all we do is argue and talk crazy shit and talk violent shit with each other. Them 10 kids to learn. Yeah, them kids gonna be violent and angry. This is something with how we move as a country. It's just we're very angry, is what I'm saying. So, and people act that out after a while. It's just the truth. There's always gonna be the outliers, like the people who do have some type of mental illness where they just go out and do some crazy shit. But the reason all these numbers, are we really thinking people have gotten crazier? No. People still people, but people have gotten angrier is what it is. So when you at home and you that
on
dude,
some stupid shit,
and because you 18 years old and when you was in high school you couldn't get no bitches and all kind of shit, and now you on now with social media you really
it makes it 10 times worse.
You really getting ignored by women because half the women just want to be on Instagram showing their ass anyway. And you that dude, and likes. Thank you. And you not that dude like that. So now it's just amplified where you feel even more anger and more like you just more pissed off. So, and now with everything being so, everybody, it's just like a powder keg. And it's just, just like a pressure cooker. It will boil over. It will explode eventually because people don't know how, there's no outlet for these things except that one, we are already are a violent culture to begin with. All we do is play Call of Duty all day. All we do is, it's so many things where people don't, and so people that's normal, like us, we look at the shit and we like, oh yeah, but that's crazy. But for a crazy motherfucker, they mind, no, you mad, go get a gun, blow them motherfuckers away. I think
they gonna give it to me?
I think, no shit, they gonna actually give me the gun.
They gonna give it to me?
I think JJ said it earlier when he was like, at the end of the day, oh shit, I'm drinking all this beer. When he said earlier about how people move when it with like going to like purchase the weapons and stuff like that, like how when you are a certain age, they should it ain't like you going hunting, they should automatically question that shit and be like, well, why you need this shit? Well, you 18 years old. What you need all these rounds? Yeah. Even the gun. What you need all these rounds for? You ain't even got like an apartment. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, like what you
don't even have a place to protect, motherfucker. What you need? Why you need 300 rounds of shit? You know what I'm saying?
And then let alone, like he was saying too, then having another 18-year-old check you out.
Yeah, I mean, really, it's fucking crazy. So it's like nobody. It's almost like nobody wants to really know. As long as that ain't a problem, and that's what I was. I don't know. That's why when Beto did the shit he did, I wasn't completely against it because one, I like Beto, but for two, because it's like he basically.
I didn't even get to see what he did, but whatever he did, I hope he made some sense.
Basically, they were having a big ass press conference with like 8 of them motherfuckers up on the stage, and they were basically doing a normal fucking jerk off, like, oh, we're so sad, and everybody is so. And you know what? Let me slow down.
Professor X rolled up there, and he gave.
He was up there.
Like I'm saying,
but let me slow down and I'm not gonna turn this into something ugly where I'm knocking their like they're not sincere. They may feel. I'm not gonna knock them in. I'm not gonna turn into that. I will say that they don't do enough to change some of these laws and make it better. I will say politicians in general don't do
In
enough to make
general,
these things. Yeah, regardless of what political affiliation or
yes,
party they
you are.
own.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just feel that way anyway. That's just me. But he walked up
I
on
agree
him and
with
was
you.
basically telling him, "Man, I'm tired." He was kind of like a Steve Kerr, like, "I'm tired of y'all shit. Like, I'm tired of hearing this shit." Like, like
He
for the
said the
most part,
same shit.
that was his sentiment, is what I'm saying. I'm paraphrasing, but that's kind of what was where he was going with it. Was pretty much like, it's all bullshit. When are you gonna change this shit? When are you gonna change these laws and stop allowing these things to happen? Again, I'm not trying to sit here and act like these people are supposed to have all the solutions. Not once have I said that this person got a solution or this group has a solution.
Yeah, because none of them do.
None of them do. Thank you. It's not about that. It's about, can we try something else? Because what we've been doing ain't working.
The only person that got a solution, half a solution, was my black ass so far. That's it. And I hope they listen to that. Maybe they was right about me. Maybe I should have ran for
I'd have voted for you, dog. I'd have voted for you.
You know what I mean? Like, maybe I should have done that, because these motherfuckers, they act like they just don't care. To me,
that's how you feel after a while. You feel like they don't care because somebody should care, and it's like they don't seem to care as much as they need to. Like, they're not as outrageous as they need to be.
It's Groundhog's Day, fool. That's what it feels like. It's Groundhog's Day. It's like, it's
you know how I know this shit. You know how I know this shit is true. Do y'all remember when the shit first happened at the Capitol with Ted Cruz? Wasn't it Ted Cruz?
Yeah.
When the shit first happened, the motherfuckers was up there on their ass and they was all scared and shit.
Yeah.
And the motherfucker was like, "You know what, man? I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm with Trump and all that, but fuck this." He was like,
yeah.
He started talking shit.
Or just like we had that winter storm and he fucking burnt the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he fucked up. No, but he fucked up then. But what I'm saying is that at that very moment,
voting for his ass anyway.
At that very moment let me make the point. At that very moment when the shit happened at the Capitol, before he could catch himself, he was like, "Fuck this. We need to fix some shit." And that shit lasted for about maybe a day. And he was like, "What about Trump?" "Oh man, fuck that. Fuck Trump." He was like, they about to get in our ass. They about to kill us and shit. And that's the thing about it, is that not often enough are they saying that. Like, that same group of people today, when Beto was saying that shit, they should have been like, "Yeah, you're right. We need to figure this out. You need to figure it out. We all need to figure this out." But it was just more of the posturing and the like, well, it's saying all the right things and saying that bullshit that they know, all the politically correct shit, that scripted shit. And
the scripted shit.
After a while, it's like, okay, I hear that, bro, but what you doing? Why you getting these checks? I mean, what do we really?
Yeah, what have you done for us lately? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I'm about to get off.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna hold y'all.
But,
sorry, JJ.
But I completely agree with you, Eddie. Instead of saying all these politically correct things and all this and being morally correct,
get fed up. Let's see something change.
They need to say, you know what? Let's leave this fucking podium. Let's go and get on the drawing board and start on something. Let's
figure this shit out together. Let's bring this shit together. This has gone far enough.
Before we leave, because I'm glad you said that, JJ. And this is what they told us, that we're going to Houston and we're going to the NRA convention. That's where we're going. I'm gonna give you this WWE script. And by the way, Vince McMahon makes some great scripts, bro. And it seems like he's taking the tone from that, because he's reading them very well, bro. If he was a wrestler, man, he would probably be on the top tier, because he's following his script. But then at the end of his script, he says to everybody, "Now let's go to the NRA convention so we could talk about some new deals. Not how we could fix the problem, but let's go work on some new deals." This convention shouldn't even be taking place. They should be exactly where you said they should be, JJ. They should be in an office somewhere, behind a clipboard, a digital board, Excel, PowerPoint. I don't give a fuck what it is, and coming up with some solutions. And that's everybody, no matter if you're a Democrat, Republican, whatever. I don't give a damn what you are, man. Elephant, donkey, jackass. I don't care. But your ass should be in there working on a deal to help the people, so that way we won't have these problems and we don't have to keep giving out these WWE scripts to everybody every fucking week.
Yeah,
that's what we should be doing. Roll your ass there. Don't roll your ass to no damn convention. Roll your ass
people
to
hate
a conference room.
Ass, boy. Y'all
no, it's no. This I don't really. I'm just fed up because this laundry list is all on his watch, and we keep voting this motherfucker in as a people, and he's allowed all this to happen, and he's giving us the same scripts. And I'm challenging the people on this one. If his ass come up on the ballot, him and Cruz come up on the ballot again, and we as a people vote him in, because I know majority rules, then the next one, that's on us because we allowed some of this shit
what
to
does
take
that
place.
say about us?
We're fucked up as a people.
If Beto win and I vote for him as governor and he allows shit like that, fuck me and fuck him too. I mean,
yes,
it's not, nothing is bigger than that. Like when it comes to your children and your family,
this is our kids.
Yeah,
this is our
later for that political shit, man. Some stuff is bigger than that. And I'm not saying one group has the answer, one don't. I'm saying that whoever got the answer needs to come to fuck with it, because this is bullshit.
Hire my black ass and we can sit up in there and we can get something done. I'm telling you, because I ain't got time for this bullshit. I'll vote for you. Yeah, I ain't got time for this bullshit no more, man, because it's utter bullshit. What we display to the people is utter bullshit, man, and we got to make a change. But change is right, though. It starts with us. If y'all see these same people with all these shootings take place on a ballot and you vote for them again, you just as sick as they are, man, because they ain't make no change then. What makes you think they going to make a change on the next go round? Vote their ass out, get some new culture in here, because other than that, we going to keep burying little kids. We're going to keep burying more black people, more Mexicans, more whites. I don't give a dang who we are, because we all people. We burying too many people on some bullshit.
I agree. So
we need to have more love, man.
Before JJ go, we all get off. I just want to send like prayers out to the people who lost people. It's a terrible thing and it's fucked up, and they shouldn't be going through the mourning that they're going through right now, because they should still have their kids at home right now. I just want to say personally, and I guess I can speak for us, and whatever y'all want to say, just prayers go out to the people who lost people. I mean, to be honest, prayers go out to everybody involved, including I think the grandmother's still alive, or she fighting for her life, and
she fighting for her life.
It's a tragedy. It's fucked up when things like this happen. It ain't even about blame, man. It's just about we need to fix it. I'm a little bit of, I guess, of a hippie, where I look at stuff like we just need more love in the world. Like we need to get rid of all this hatred,
every day,
all
bro.
This negativity.
I agree.
I try not to put negative energy out in the world. So prayers go out to these people. Love for they like I say, for their families, and I hope that everything that the good Lord can do to get them through this hard time, because like I said, I got 3 kids. I ain't never lost one.
I got 5, man. I got 5. You know, I got 5. I'm taking care of 5. 2 mines and my brother's son. My brother's son, my baby sister, and my little cousin, bro. I ain't got time to be bearing one of these kids, man. I don't have that time, man. We got to do better.
We got to do better, yeah. And it's something we need to heal, better, but we got to do better more than anything. What you got for you, go, JJ? What you got?
I mean, I can't say anything else other than that. I mean, we just gotta make a better future for our kids, man. Because it's sure in the hell is scaring the hell out of me, man.
Me too.
To see what we're seeing and just not knowing what our kids are gonna see. It's just crazy.
Man, you couldn't have told me this back in the 80s, bro. Like we would live in a world like this. Like this is bullshit. You couldn't have told me. You couldn't have told me this. Now I understand why my mother protected us, as much as she did, because then we as an adult we start seeing shit like this happen, and now it's out of control. Yeah, man, it's out of control.
Yeah, it's a scary world, man. You can't go to church without getting shot. You can't go to the movies,
can't go to the store,
school, to Walmart.
Without getting your black ass shot. I mean, what the fuck?
Go nowhere.
Now you can't go nowhere.
You can't go to Vegas and enjoy a concert. You gonna get your ass smoked, man. Anywhere you go, y'all. Am I lying? Y'all, it's too much. It's like everybody hates everything right now. It's
everywhere you go, bro.
It's hatred. It's not. What the fuck?
Yo, and I know the DC snipers, shocked the shit out of all of us, though. Yes, you know what I mean? But he was doing it at parks and shit. You know what I mean?
Too. All these motherfuckers.
So where is that to go, man? At this point, where everybody can feel safe, and I mean, it don't even feel safe, but know that hey, it's a chance that somebody who has a gun is mentally stable, and I'm gonna push that agenda, mentally stable. You know what I mean? Versus not knowing who all around here, you know what I mean, is not stable and got a gun. Like we need to have people with some good mental stability with guns versus just giving out guns to anybody just because we want to make the bottom dollar.
So that's my way of saying that. Between the two of y'all, D-Mark, JJ, I love y'all. Real talk.
Yeah, I love y'all too, man.
Y'all are brothers and stuff, man. Y'all consider y'all brothers. And Amari, I know you out there. Love you too. We love you too, bro. And yes, just sir. Man, y'all just take care of y'all families and be safe, man, because it's crazy out there in these streets. It's so much. You know what's so sad? We talk about mass shootings, but there's like 1,000 other fucked up things people do to each other every day that we ain't even talking about right now. It's just a crazy world, dog. It's like people are just so full of crazy shit that
Man, we evil,
and this
bro.
just one. Yeah, it's just a lot
We
of
evil.
ugliness and anger, evilness and hatred out there in the world, and it's just fucking. It's just becoming. It's suffocating, bro. Seriously,
It is, man.
I ain't trying to pump it up. I'm just
Nah,
tired of it, man.
you just
The word life is now life is hard enough without crazy shit. Like life is hard just dealing with normal shit, like going to work and the people that get on your nerve at the job and paying your bills. Stuff like this crazy.
Yeah, man. Shit, man. I hate, man. I'm gonna be honest. I hate my insurance, bro. That's $1,000 a month. You know what I'm saying? I hate my insurance company, but I ain't going to that motherfucker shooting them up
and blowing nobody away. So I mean, it's
you know
we got to
talk about my cell phone bill.
Like you said,
I hate
we
the fact that
better.
Verizon went up. Verizon went up $100. You don't see me going up to a Verizon corporate office and just having a field day.
Verizon they steal some motherfuckers. I've been with Verizon like 20-something years, man, and they ain't never stopped being motherfuckers. I thought technology would catch up with their motherfuckerism, but it haven't. They still at it. Yeah,
but are we running up
ahead of the game?
But it's like, man, we gotta change, man. Man, we said every podcast, man, like we gotta change, we gotta do better, man. We gotta love one another, man. Again, and I said 1,000,000 times over, we said 1,000,000 times over, man. Mental health is an issue, man, and we gotta address this, man. We got to, as a society, man, do a better job at it. We have to, because if we don't, man, we lost.
Mental health is a huge issue, and we need to address it. We need to be about it. But
we need to be
hatred,
about it,
man.
This is
borderline. Let's say the shit that went on today, a couple days ago with the kids at the elementary stuff. Let's say that was crazy. Let's just say that was mental health. But I definitely feel we ain't talked about that shit with the grocery store shit. I definitely feel that.
Oh, bro, like I said, I touched it for a little bit, and I said it again. That motherfucker
that's
was
straight
evil.
hatred.
That's hate.
And
that's
we got a lot
hatred.
more of that than this little kid stuff. And I'm not trying to blow over that. That's fucked up. That's the most fucked up of the fucked up. But it's still just. It's hatred in people. It's anger and hatred, man.
Man, we gotta stop, man.
I'm not trying to discount the mental health. No, we need that too.
Yeah, no, but we need to have a
whole. We need to have a whole episode on mental health one day, because I know so many people who are getting so much healthier because they are realizing that that they got flaws, and especially these are all like younger black people that they have so much PTSD just being a black person in America that they just go and want counseling just to start sorting through some of these stupid things that we grow up acting like you shouldn't address. It's crazy, but it's so necessary. People don't realize how necessary that is. I'm gonna stop, JJ. I know you gotta go. My bad. Because I'm about to start a whole other conversation about a whole other shit.
But nation, again, we appreciate y'all. Again, like, man, hatred is huge. Mental health is huge. And again, do not sit on y'all asses and vote for the same motherfuckers that has allowed this shit to take place time and time and time again. The only way that you can make a change is stop voting for these motherfuckers and start putting in people who don't care about getting paid behind bullshit. Again, lives are more important than money, period. And we should start addressing it, and we should start putting people in offices that has the same principles as this, man. Kids' lives are more important than money. It's not the other way around.
Power, like Steve Kerr said. Power.
Yeah, money and power. That shit needs to be deleted,
kind of the same thing, but
same thing. Yeah, this is the same thing. And that's how we got to start thinking. That's the people we got to start getting into places, man. Until then, as a culture, we keep voting these people in. Our outcome is going to be the same, and we're going to have more broken hearts around here. And we don't need no more broken hearts, man. We need some more peace and love around here, and we need some better leaders around here, because we ain't being led by. Man, we ain't being led by shit right now, but we got to do better. Yeah. We really do. Again, love y'all nation.
I'm good on mine. What about
I'm good.
JJ, you got any last word?
I just rest in peace to all the kids.
Yeah, R.I.P. You ain't lying.
My prayers are with the families. I don't know, man. I hope I never feel anything close to what these families are feeling. But I'm a pray for them to be in peace, because man, I can't imagine anything like this, and I just hope I never go through anything like it. So rest in peace to all the innocent kids, and peace to their families, man. That's it. That's it.
Well, take us home, D.
Yeah, again, I agree, man. Prayers out to the family. Again, this is to all families or anybody who has lost loved ones in any type of these tragedies, man. Man, our hearts go out to y'all, all the time, man. Again, this is called How We See It. Again, we love y'all. We'll catch y'all on an actual sports topic on the next go round. We love y'all. Peace out. And remember, mental health is a serious issue, man. Let's do better with ourselves, man. Let's stop slipping and not pimping. Yeah, peace out.
One love.
One love.
We just call it how we see it.